Time for another edition of Aptitude, your sports commentary. I am John Appicello, and we've got a couple of topics that have come across my desk in the last couple of weeks, including the stunning firing of Northwestern head coach Pat Fitzgerald amid hazing allegations in his program. Now, guilt or innocence, really not my job, so I'm going to leave that to the legal folks. Clearly, the school feels like it had enough to realize whatever was happening should not have been happening. And the buck stops with the head of the program. So if he didn't know, he should have known, or maybe made a choice to look the other way, or he knew and participated. I don't know, but it's one of those or some combination. So, speaking as someone who covered Penn State football fairly closely in my career and coached Joe Paterno in the early 2000s, I think we've already learned a valuable lesson. Claiming ignorance is not a defense. It is not an option. Maybe it was generations ago, but it is not anymore, because at the core of every one of these type of stories, there are victims. So for everybody out there saying these players need to toughen up or worse, let me remind you, hazing is a group form of bullying and nothing more. You wouldn't stand for your children being bullied. We all know that, right? We all despise the thought. And if someone is allowing it, they're as much to blame as the people doing the actual hazing. Looking the other way, in my mind, is secondary consent. So what we know is Northwestern will likely be facing a lawsuit as coach tries to recoup some of the money from his now negated contract, and he's claiming reputation damage. But the time to be worrying about your reputation is when you're running the program, not after. That is just a fundamental thought that I'm having. I just want to say, capiche? I mean, all right, we're going to move on. Some stories that are just too easy, folks, and actually make me smile a little bit. Some quick advice for Victor Wembanyama, the NBA draft pick, #1 overall pick to the Spurs, budding soon-to-be multi-millionaire superstar. You may have heard that the Princess of Pop, Britney Spears, tried to meet the guy in Las Vegas outside of a restaurant, but his security slapped her away, causing a major stir. And of course, she filed charges. And dude, I know you're just 19, but it's Britney Spears. And I know you're from France, but could you get your security some flashcards of American female recording stars if you're going to be working here? That way they aren't knocking Cher down the stairs, bashing Beyonce, or manhandling Madonna, scarring Shakira, or heaven forbid, tackling Taylor Swift. Because, young man, that could lead to an entire album of painful references. So you need to do your research before you let that kind of pain come back on you. This is America, comprende? But that's just my opinion.